And another very international matchup is on display in Druskininkai from Lietuvos Sporto Centras at World Wheelchair Ultimate Championships 2025. We are having Team World with a couple of pickups, one from Team Italy, Tommaso Ostino, Tommy, and Phil Schäfer from Germany. And of course the other three players who have been permanent on that international squad. Stefan Meiners from Germany, Sergio Ramirez, Checo Ramirez from Mexico, and Michał Wusiak from Poland, who are going to be taking on Team Japan. Team Japan, of course, with a fairly short squad, just 6 players for them, and mostly 4 on that squad were taking on the field. But of course, yeah, they're still having a few breaks, and Tadashi Kishikawa on the sideline at the moment, and Takashi Yo. While the 4 other players, Masaru Shiochi, Takashi Enami, Shigeki Miura, and Tsuyoshi Takahashi, are on the field and ready for the first point. And yeah, once again, of course, shout out to Tsuyoshi Takahashi, being the stat leader of the tournament, collecting plenty of points, and always one of the favorite targets, of course, in the end zone. Always there, always attacking, always ready to receive, but also sending a few great hammers from Team Japan. Hopefully you are excited for this game, and I see good support in the chats as well, and World must gonna do it. World should do it, yes. Of course, Team World also had success in this tournament. Looks like the first full almost is underway. However, the time have not started yet. We are still waiting just about 5 seconds, and we are going to be underway as soon as the buzzer goes, and the buzzer goes. Perfect timing. Meiners tried to field the disc quickly, but did not work out for him. And he's going to pick the disc up on the sideline. He's going to be assisted by the spectators, and the long shot goes to Schäfer, not quite in. Wusiak available for the next pass, but doesn't go. Lots of defensive pressure in the end zone, and interception, imprecise pass to Team Japan. Team Japan goes with a backhand, but doesn't work either. So Team World, another opportunity for a hold. So wouldn't be a clean hold, but still would be nice for them to get that. And a great first pass from Meiners to Schäfer. Unfortunately, continuation didn't work out. Once again, Schäfer, this time in the end zone, but no, it is a drop. A clap of doom, unfortunately, on Schäfer, and Team Japan once again going to retain possession. Takahashi with the disc, goes with the hammer to Shiochi. Shiochi into the end zone for Team Japan. Takashi Enami with the first score of the game, of the match. 1-0. First break, Japan. Same line for Germany, same line for Japan. Ramirez fielding the pull. Swing to Meiners. Meiners looking for options. Goes long to Schäfer, and just above his hands. And unfortunately, that doesn't work out for Team World. Japan, another opportunity for a break. Takahashi, not in his usual domain of the end zone, but still getting the disc from Shiochi, and a high disc to Miura, and Miura also not able to secure the disc in his hands in the end zone. So Team World once again getting a break opportunity. Ramirez turns around for Mainers. Mainers obliges and gives the disc. Looks like a bit of a zone look from Japan. Very interesting. So two isolated players. Is that going to work? Schäfer. Oh, maybe needed to move slightly backwards to have a better angle and a better opportunity to receive that disc. Yeah, also Team World are doing great of splitting the field, and Takahashi needing to work extra hard to figure out which way the disc is going to go. But this time Takahashi going in the end zone, but no, the disc hits the floor. Mainers picks up quickly to Ramirez. Ramirez looking in the end zone. This time looks like a man defense for Japan. Ramirez back to Mainers. Mainers goes in the end zone, but Chiochi couple hands on the disc and knocks it onto the floor. So for the defense, and this time long shot for Takahashi doesn't work, goes a little too long. Takahashi a bit upset about that, and yeah, lots of hand signals from him, and a lot of body language, getting a little bit frustrated. Points are getting quite long. Ramirez there covered by two players. Schäfer available for a shot, goes there, but once again too high for Schäfer. Mainers, yeah, maybe slightly imprecise, maybe expecting the disc to drop a little bit earlier. Takahashi once again streaking towards the end zone, marked by Schäfer. Not really getting free just yet, but Anami with the reception and the swing. Takahashi just off his hand, and yeah, Takahashi is asking for a slightly flatter throw. Ramirez now close to the end zone, into the end zone, and this time Schäfer obliges and collects for Team World. 1-1, long point, plenty of turnovers, but Team World finally finding their feet and finally finding the disc in the end zone for his teammate. Great shot from Ramirez, Checo Ramirez, born and raised in Minatitlan, but currently living in Mexico City. And yes, he told me about his trip. It's been a very, very long trip. I think he took 3 or 4 flights to get here. So very, very long trip for him. And had a mountain bike accident that caused a spinal cord injury, but he has found wheelchair ultimate, and excited to play once again. And playing ultimate again has been one of the most incredible feelings since his accident. So once again in the international community, this time representing Team World, and hopefully Mexico will also be on the map and also come to the next edition of the World Wheelchair Ultimate Championships in the future. Ramirez with the mark. Anami goes too high for Takahashi. Looks like Japan are still finding their rhythm and finding the precise throws, but they're not there just yet. Ooh, great mark over there, but Mainers manages to hold on to the disc. Mainers goes deep, and is that gonna be good? It is going to be good. Ramirez, the only South American on the squad. No, not the only South American in the tournament. We also have Chucarro, Carolina Mabel Chucarro from Argentina, who lives in Italy, representing Italy on this stage, but of course Argentine by birth. So 2 South American representations in this tournament, and Ramirez, great work for him, great recognition that it goes a little too high for Schäfer, and picks up another point for Team World. A break for them, and once again, yes, getting in the lead of this game. Chiochi looking at his favorite target of Takahashi. Takahashi gets open, but stall count getting high. And Nami, a drop, unfortunate for Anami and the short field for Team World. Ostino wanted to pick up the disc, but have been told off slightly by other players who wanted to have a safer setup and not rush things into the end zone. Ostino turns around once, twice, goes with a scooper to Ramirez, but a little high for him. Ramirez slightly unhappy with that decision by Mainers, but yeah, now needs to get, of course, on the mark on defense. Ostino trailing a little bit on Anami. And this time hammer goes to Anami, and Anami collects. Great shot by Takahashi, and Japan level things off at 2-2. Great grab. Nice, good grab. By Takashi and Anami. And Anami with the disc ready to pull once again in this game. Some switches on the mark. And Anami set to pull. Pull goes up. Ramirez wanted to field it, but did not make the adjustment, so it's going to be not as favorable position as in the middle of the end zone, so the disc is going to go to the corner. And the long shot goes to Schäfer, and a little high for him, but Schäfer does well to isolate himself from Takahashi. And of course, tall figure of Takahashi is times difficult to go around. And Anami, Shiochi, goes to Takahashi. Takahashi looking at his options in the end zone. Goes to Anami, high disc, and Ramirez was not able to reach that. And yeah, Takashi Anami once again collects another hammer. Excuse me, Shigeki Miura, of course, collects that point. Thrown, assisted by Tsuyoshi Takahashi in the end zone. Three, 2, Japan breaks. And gets the outright lead in this match. Bladey pull, securely received by Mainers. Mainers resets to Ramirez. Ramirez with a hammer, but Takahashi was ready for it. Takahashi wanted to hammer once again, goes with it, but to an isolated player, Shiochi. Shiochi wants to go deep as well. Bladey throw, and Shigeki Miura collects for Team Japan. Yeah, Team Japan figuring out and finding great success in this game. So another break. Got 4-2 on the scoreboard for Team Japan going up against Team World. And Team World, of course, a slightly shorter roster as players, of course, are getting tired. Not everybody wants to play, and only 3 players for Team World, 3 permanent players. And we've seen the stands are filling up. Stands are filling up. Great to see some support, of course, from the many of the local players. And Mainers in the end zone for Wusiak. Wusiak, oh, frustrated with himself for that drop. Great pass from Mainers, but unfortunately not the easiest catch to make with a one hand out, and wasn't able to do a clap catch. Now Takahashi collects under pressure from Mainers, resets to Anami, and Anami looks in the end zone for Takahashi. Takahashi completely isolated and alone in the end zone for another score for Team Japan. Japan takes the first half, 5 points to 2. Team World, quite a difficult game for them, having a shorter roster, maybe not having as many available players as they would want, but still holding on, of course. And they've had great success in this tournament so far. A few wins, of course, to their name, as they are assisted from players from different countries, but very exciting stuff. And good to see real inclusivity in the sport coming all over the world, and for Team World. Of course, we were hoping to have more teams in this tournament, but unfortunately Team India was not able to join us. They were confirmed for the tournament, but some bureaucratic reasons, and unfortunately had some problems with their visas, not able to join the rest of the athletes in the halls of Druskininkai. But as I've mentioned earlier, the stands are filling up by the local Lithuanian players, as right behind us and right behind the hall where we are playing, there are Lithuanian national championships of grass ultimate happening at the moment. So some of the players are coming over to check out the wheelchair ultimate, of course, discipline. And some of the wheelchair ultimate players are coming over to check out the grass ultimate discipline. So interesting to see, of course, support from different teams and different players, and learning different subdivisions of ultimate, and watching how it all differs. And good to see mingling of different players across ultimate lovers of all kinds. Halftime break is already over. Team Japan, same four, ready to get on the field. Chiochi with the disc. And Team World getting on the field. Ramirez, Mainers, Ostino, and Schaffer. And Chiochi. Oh, right, okay, so the disc is going to be sent back to Team World, as Team World started the first point on offense and the first half on offense, and starting the second half on defense. The pull is up, lands inbound. Great pull by Stefan Mainers. Chiochi going to bring it to the goal line. Chiochi first pass to Takahashi. Takahashi surveying the field, goes to Chiochi. No, not available. Goes with a hammer over the top to Shigeki Miura for another score. Yeah, Japan have these passes dialed in, that is for sure, and they know where to go. And interesting strategy as well by Shigeki Miura, just moves backwards instead of forwards to attack the disc, so the throw should be slightly overthrown for it, but I think Japan figured it out, because it's very difficult sometimes to react on that type of throws, and Japan, I've seen them using that particular strategy and that particular tactic in quite a few of their very successful points. Chiochi with the pull, gets it to Mainers to Ramirez. Ramirez now starts moving to Ostino. Ostino with a blade, to Phil Schäfer. Phil Schäfer completely isolated in the end zone all alone. So all it needed was a nice, precise pass, and I'm sure that, yeah, you can see on the replay that Ostino was making sure that he has this pass absolutely correct, as he would want to make this catch for Schäfer as easy as possible, and that's precisely what happened. So Schäfer collects another point for Team World. Team World, next point on defense. Oh, that disc bounces off, so it should start where it was. So a bit of a travel, but not called by the players. Ramirez on the mark. Enami, first pass to Shiochi. Enami available for a reset, but Shiochi goes deep for Takahashi. Takahashi under big pressure from Mainers, and too high for his teammate. Takashi Yo was not able to reach that disc, and Mainers is going to bring the disc back into play for Team World. Team World looking to score. Long shot for Wusiak, but Wusiak too low, unfortunately, for Michał Wusiak. Takahashi, deep shot, but looks like there's gonna be contact. No contact. Ramirez gets in front and defense, so quick reset to Mainers. Is there a call then? Some discussion. Maybe players are figuring out who was where. Huh. Okay, no call seems to be made, but then some positioning advantage is being adjusted. And Tommy Ostina not able to reach that disc, and that is a turnover. Shiochi once again picks up, goes high for Enami for a reset, still in their end zone, so Callahan territory. Ooh, what a grab by Takahashi, and Takahashi hand block by Mainers. Great awareness and a great reaction. Takahashi is not easy to block at all, but yeah, great awareness for Mainers, Stefan Mainers. Back to Ramirez. Ramirez looking in the end zone. Mainers just got himself free, but it doesn't go there. And once again, a hand block from Takahashi. Takahashi streaking deep, but Mainers recognized the danger. Short pass. Takahashi unhappy about that. Shiochi apologetic, of course. Mainers picking up the disc. Gonna bring the disc into the corner of the end zone. Disc is in. Flat throw to Wusiak. Wusiak tries to go with one hand. Maybe a clap catch would be a little more easy, but unfortunately that's a drop for Team World. Japan looking in the end zone. Some movement there. Hammer goes. Right in the chest for Takashi Enami, and for another point for Team Japan. (7-3) is the score. Team World, oh, looks like have another addition. We've got Giacomo Scarpina joining Team World as well after having their huddle after the first game. So Scarpina decides to go and represent World as well. Great to see an addition over there. They needed some fresher players, absolutely, and Scarpina, I think, getting some experience, of course, of playing against Japan, and as Japan are very good team over there, and oh, nice shot by Mainers, and Schäfer once again gets isolated in the end zone. Looks like some of the defenders are not respecting him, and he is absolutely punishing that. And well done to Phil Schäfer of Team Germany representing Team World in this particular match. And interesting point made in the chat, a demonstration that no Ultimate players are good at using hand signals. Unfortunately, that is true, and that is very often the case. We don't know what's going on the field without hand signals. We're trying to educate that, of course, but not always happens, but good to see that. High disc from Shiochi to none other than Takahashi. A bit of a discussion. Okay, yeah, all good. Takahashi collects another point, this time doing what Takahashi does and did so many times in the previous days, just get in the end zone. And a tall figure, very easy to shoot towards. And yeah, Shiochi once again found his accuracy once again and found his favorite target in the end zone of Tsuyoshi Takahashi. Japan getting on the defense, and the Mainers first swing, centers to Ramirez. Ramirez wants to go to Schäfer. Schäfer available, wide open once again. Long shot goes from Scarpina to Schäfer, once again collecting another point. Does Team World and Phil Schäfer. Congrats to him. And yeah, looks like Japan is playing a bit of a zone, trying to cover all of the angles of attack. But this particular pass goes through as all of the defense is slightly behind, and Schäfer absolutely isolated in the end zone. And yeah, gets another point for Team World. Yeah, great insight as well. Boxing out by holding space and moving backwards is standard in other indoor variations. And yeah, you can see that on display. Japan is figuring that out, and of course figured it out early. Good work by them to recognize this particular tactic. And yeah, thank you for clarification. It is my first time commenting on wheelchair sports, and I'm absolutely enjoying watching that and commentating on that. Hopefully you're enjoying my commentary as well at the comfort of your homes. And yeah, another one of these on display from Team Japan, holding space, getting the mark in front and then moving backwards is exactly what happened there. Takahashi, well done to recognize the space behind him was clear, moving back and collecting another point. And doing a fancy spin move in celebration for Team Japan. Shiochi and Team Japan set to pull. It is a game point for Japan. I'm not sure if they did their favorite hand signal of a game point. So yes, this is one hand signal that Japan constantly using. So if you're complaining about hand signals, look at the preparation of Team Japan for the game point. And Team World now with the disc. If there will be a turnover, there would be a golden opportunity for Team Japan. And oh, Woo Seok, a little bit too far for him, not able to make an adjustment. And Shiochi now with the disc. Could that be a winning possession? Takahashi gets the first pass, marked behind, and goes into the end zone. Ooh, a bit of a contact over there, but probably did not affect play, so players will continue playing, and the Team World will regain possession of the disc and go the other way. Mainers with the disc, goes deep for Wusiak. Wusiak, oh, a little too high. Fortunately, was not able to reach that disc, and Shiochi almost damaging a poor disc over there, but gonna bring that into the line and marked by Wusiak. Blade goes, Ramirez, oh, got the hand in front, but Takahashi was able to hold on to it somehow and then gets it to Takashi Enami for a win for Team Japan, 10-5 in this game. Congratulations, Team Japan, nice and efficient, and thank you everyone for warm words of my commentary, doing my best, and lovely to see all of the support from home. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay with us for another match. Next up, we are going to see Lithuania, the hosts, taking on Germany in the first part of the day. Stay with us, don't go anywhere, and enjoy Ultimate.